Subscriber alert, subscriber alert! Your friendly neighborhood YouTubers rated A for awesome. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you, and you're welcome. Enjoy!
Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the show. Today, we're going to be doing the top 20 DC Mcfarlane action figures so far. Sorry. What's up, everyone? Alright, guys, welcome back to the show. Today we're going to be doing a countdown. Another countdown. Another senseless countdown of the top 20, my favorite top 20 DC Mcfarlane action figures released so far. You're going to be a little bit surprised. We're just going to jump right to it. We're going to make this countdown really quick, really simple. I was going to say swimple. Swimple. First off, some honorable mentions, just because I want to get these out the way. Starro, awesome. Every time I gotta include Starro, man, because this is such a freaking awesome figure. I'm not gonna get too much into that. Honorable mention right there. Another honorable mention, Killer Croc right there. Killer Croc. Another honorable mention right there. The reason why he's not in the countdown is because I did some detail work to him, some custom work to him, painted him, gave him a better paint job. And then you have Killer Croc right there. Honorable mention. And then a few. We have a Green Lantern and Red Lantern Batman. Batrocidus. And we have the Green Lantern Batman right there. Dark Knight's Metal, I believe it is. Two awesome, worthy figures, but didn't quite make the countdown. Cat's hair. And there you guys have it. So, let's go ahead and start the countdown at number 20. Now, number 20, these are all going to be, like I said, my personal favorites, and I'm going to explain to you why. Number 20 is going to be Owlman. I really like this figure. I like the overall design. The reason why he's going to be number 20, he came from a very lackluster wave. Of course, he came from the Starro Build-A-Figure wave. The figures in that wave were not really great. The standout was definitely Owlman. The detail work, the sculpt work is done very nicely. The cape, everything about it, the head sculpt is done very nicely. The body, the arms, the legs. It's actually a very nicely sculpted action figure. Owlman is at number 20. Get to number 19. Number 19 is another surprise. Probably the best Wonder Woman, I think, Mcfarlane has done so far. This is the Death Metal, I believe. Is it a Death Metal? Or Knights, Gotham Knights, Dark Knights, whatever. No, not Superwoman, Wonder Woman, right there. Just overall, the paint apps are really good, sculpt is really good, hair is really good, face is done really nicely. Overall, just a great looking figure. Cape is done nicely. Same thing like Owlman. It's just a beautiful overall sculpt. The body is done nicely. Everything, the face, hair. I had no complaints when it comes to this figure. That's usually what I do when I review action figures. I look at the figure itself and say, okay, what's wrong with it? Nothing. Nothing is wrong with it. Same thing with Owlman. Nothing is really wrong with it. You know, could there be a few paint apps applied here and there? Yes and yes. That's why Wonder Woman is at number 19. Same thing goes for this figure right here, Deathstroke. Number 18. I know what you guys are thinking. Why is he so low on the countdown? He's not really a favorite of mine. I think the paint apps are a little bit off. As you guys know, I'm a customizer, so I applied more paint apps to him. The orange is not really orange. It's supposed to be this orange, but somehow it ended up being this orange. It's a head scratcher. It's a real head scratcher. Overall, he's good enough to be on this countdown, but as far as making the top 10, no. There are some better Deathstrokes that Mcfarlane has released, in my opinion. They just didn't make this countdown. I think one of them did. I can't remember in my countdown. But there was Deathstroke at number, what is it, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19? Well, hold on. 20, 19, 18. 18, Deathstroke. Number 17, The Batman Who Laughs. One of McFarlane's first releases. Really, really dope figure. You can choose either one. The one with the wings, the Mortal Kombat one that just recently came out with. Either one. I'm glad that McFarlane was able to produce this in an action figure format. And the Batman Who Laughs right there is at number 17. Good enough figure to be in the top 20. Number 16. A real surprise here, guys. Constantine. This is a really, really dope Constantine. Yeah, he's just a guy in a suit and tie and jacket, pants. But there's just something about Constantine. I really like this guy. I can't find any flaws with him. He's done really, really nicely. Maybe some shading on the coat. Once again, that's one of the main reasons why he's not in the top 10. Overall, it's a great, great looking figure. There's Constantine at number 16, right? 16? Number 15, we have one of my favorites, Ghostmaker. Probably one of McFarlane's best releases so far. Not too many know about Ghostmaker. I'm not going to spend too much time on him. And once again, it's just another action figure that I can't really find anything wrong with. That's why he's in the countdown. That's why Ghostmaker is at number 15. Number 14, we have the White Knight. Batman, you can put the gray one in there. I have the red one. Just an overall nicely sculpted Batman. Very unique take on Batman. The upper chest is big with the legs is kind of short and stumpy. But it works. It works. The arms are not accurately proportion wise, but it's just something about this figure. It's just really nicely done. Like I said, you can include the gray one if you want to, but I do like this one right here. Kind of looks like he has a STD all over his body because he's all pink and red. But there is the White Knight Batman at number, I forgot where we were at. But there is the White Knight Batman in the countdown. Okay, number 13. I'm back on track. Recently, just this came out. Green Lantern, one of the best Green Lantern figures that ever have come out. So far, I think it beats the original John Stewart and the original Hal Jordan. A really unique take on Green Lantern. This is the Green Lantern Parallax. Parallax! Beautifully sculpted, really nice paintwork. Overall, great looking body. And then there's the Green Lantern at number 13. Number 12, I'm going to be clumping 4 different action figures together. Simply because they're all kind of the same. So, we have Azrael. Azrael Army right here. I know I'm cheating a little bit, guys. I apologize. But all these figures are equally great. We have the Azraels right here. The two variants. Two variants right here, which are freaking awesome. I was a little bit late to the party with these two. We have this right here, I believe. This was, I don't know, was it a Walmart exclusive or something? Gold label. Then we have the original, which I passed on and then later regretted. I picked up, found out he was a great figure. But they fall into the number 12. What's it, number 12? Number 12 spot. Same thing with these two Azraels. I just think they're just as nice. The reason why this guy's not higher, because he's not accurate. But this one is really, really dope. The another gold label Azrael right here. They all fall into the same category. I just couldn't distinguish them. I couldn't, you know, when I put them in the countdown, they were very close to, actually they were close to each other, so I just decided to clump them all together. And if this guy was more accurate than this guy was, like with this guy right here, if I can speak, if this guy was this guy, he'd definitely be much more higher in the countdown, because this one is a little bit more accurate, my custom one right here. But all the Azrael Batmans fall into the number 12 spot. Number 11. Was it the Dark Knights? Dark Knights? Bane. Right there. Last Night on Earth, right? Last Night on Earth. Bane and Scarecrow. This is a fucking awesome piece, man. I remember when it first came out, there were so many complaints about it, especially his articulation. Body parts kept popping off. But for me, as long as you get the body parts in there, they stay in there. And I just really like this take on Bane. It's an awesome Bane figure. The Scarecrow is done nicely. The body is done nicely. It's definitely one of a kind. Just something I really like about this Bane, you know, and the crow, the Scarecrow being on the back of Bane. It's just an overall dope touch. I really like this Bane. Highly recommend it. If you guys don't have it, pick this mofo up. Here is Bane, White Knight, Dark Knight, Last Night on Earth, Bane at number 11. Alright, we're breaking into the top 10, and a great way to break into the top 10 is Superman. This guy is freaking awesome. He's the, I already forget the name of him, but he's like the zombie. Oh, he's like the clown. The mix between the Joker and Superman. From what I can remember, I think I remember. I think that's it. But there is this Superman. Not going to spend too much time on him. If you guys don't own him, he's fucking dope. Highly recommend him. Face sculpt, it's worth the admission alone. Not this beautiful face, but this beautiful face right here. There is this Superman, which the name eludes me at the moment, at number 10. Number 9, Lobo. As a DC collector, finding a good Lobo at a decent price was very, very hard thing to do back in the day. And this Lobo right here, I think Mcfarlane killed it. I remember when this guy first came out, he was a hard figure to find, kind of like Swamp Thing, kind of like Bane when he first dropped, and now he's not that sought after, obviously, because he's an easy figure to find. But when he first came out, everybody was scrambling to pick up this Lobo, and I have to say Mcfarlane did an amazing job. Face sculpt, body, everything about this guy is done nicely. Of course, I added my own weapons because he didn't come with weapons. But overall, it's a solid Lobo release. And if I said Bane, I apologize. But yeah, there's nothing more I can say about this Lobo figure. And he's a big guy too. Really like how he looks. Lobo is at number 9. Number 8 is going to come to a surprise for you guys. Is my King Shark, bro. I freaking love this figure. He's fallen at number 8. Could he have been higher? Yes. But because he's not like a known character, right? Well, he is a known character, but compared to like other DC figures, I would have to say this King Shark is done very, very nicely. That's why King Shark is at number 8. Alright, another surprise. Swamp Thing is at number 7. I know, right, man? I know. It's just there are other figures I think that are a little bit better than these figures right here. Overall, it's a masterpiece, man. It's a masterpiece. I mean, he is in the top 10. A lot of people would put him at number 1 or number 2. The detail is amazing. I'm glad to have this guy in my collection. The overall detail of this guy. Could Mcfarlane have done it a little bit better? Could he have added more shades of green? Yeah, but I ain't complaining. Maybe I am complaining. But there's Swamp Thing at number 7. And he's just awesome, bro. Awesome. Highly recommend it. Even if you're not a DC collector, this guy's an automatic pickup right here. There's Swamp Thing at number 7. Number 6, one of my favorites. Death Metal Batman on the Bat Cycle. Yeah, these are two different figures, but they go together like peanut butter and jelly. Like ketchup and mustard. Like, I don't know, toenails and toe jam. But overall, just a great, great piece. The Bat Cycle, the Batman. I really like this take on this Batman. The Batman looks amazing. The Bat Cycle looks amazing. Just an overall great looking piece. And I guarantee, if they should ever do a movie on Death Metal Batman, I guarantee it's going to be the biggest Batman ever. That's my prediction. Watch this video whenever they decide to do a movie on Death Metal Batman. But there's Death Metal Batman at number 6. Speaking of badass, Bane, he's at number 5. Could he have been higher? Yes. I really like this Bane. He is in the top 5. So he definitely is, he should be in the top 5 in my opinion. I'm not going to get too deep into to it. If you guys don't have this Bane, awesome figure. Highly recommend him. That's why he's at number 5. The reason why he's at number 5 because there's 4 more other figures that are a little bit better than this Bane. There is Bane at number 5. Number 4 is going to be really surprising to a lot of you guys, and it was a surprise to me. Joker. Arkham Joker. Let me explain, guys. To me, this right here is the best Joker. When he first came out, didn't really care too much about him. I picked him up, got him in hands, and I just come to the realization that he's the best Joker. He's the best Joker that's ever been released. The face sculpt is done so nicely. The body, overall, I mean, he's a very accurate Joker. This is what Joker is supposed to look like, you know, even though it's based on the video game. Out of all the Jokers, and there's been a lot of great Jokers, I know you guys have your own personal favorites when it comes to Joker. I mean, all the Jokers are amazing. The Mortal Kombat Joker, the 3 Jokers, so on and so forth. They're all really great figures, but there's just something about this Joker that just does it for me. I really like how Mcfarlane did it. Like I said, when he first came out, didn't really give a shit. When I got him in hand, it was a whole different story. But there is Joker at number 4. Number 3, I think you guys knew where this guy was eventually going to be in the countdown, right? Red Hood. This is the original Red Hood right here. Yeah, there have been a lot of great Red Hoods, but I think the original Red Hood, I think, is done really nicely, man. I think this guy is pretty close to action figure perfection. Mcfarlane just did an amazing job with this Red Hood right here. Not going to spend a lot of time on it. If you guys don't have him, pick him up. He's essential. Not DC essential. Well, he is a DC essential. But he is definitely essential in your DC collection. I highly recommend this piece right here. Great figure. There is Red Hood, the original Red Hood at number 3. If you guys at all been watching my countdown, you guys know that I've had a fondness for this Batman. But I have 2 Batmans in the number 2 spot because it's number 2. And I'll explain to you why. The first Batman is the first release right here, except he's in blue. This right here is just my favorite Batman. I don't know what it is about it. Just an overall favorite. I think this was a Walmart exclusive right here. I think that's the only place I've seen him at. I love the classic Batman logo. It's on, you know, the body of the first release Batman that Mcfarlane did. And I just like this Batman. It's just an overall great looking Batman. The gray, the blue, and the yellow, and then the Batman logo right there. It's just an amazing Batman. One of my favorites. You guys have been watching my countdown. You guys know he was one of my favorite. He's my favorite Batman. Next to this guy right here, which is the Dark Knight Batman. A lot of shit has been said about this Batman, but overall, I like this Batman just as much as I do with this Batman. They were so close together in the countdown, I had to combine them. But the Dark Knight Returns Batman, despite what people have said about it, despite the bad shit people have said about it, I really like this Batman. The head sculpt, the body, even the blue version. I think they made a blue version of this guy, didn't they? But anyways, this is the gray and the black version. And I just think, I don't know what it is about it. He's a really good Batman. There is my 2 Batmans right there in my collection. I like, as you can tell, I like my Batman simple, but yet classic. And then there is my number 2 spot with my 2 Batmans. My 2 favorite Batmans by far Mcfarlane has released. There they are. Take a good look. Take notes. Oh, all right. I think you know what number 1 is. I haven't brought this character up, so obviously he has to be number 1, right? I think the one that kind of started it all, next to Batman, Superman. I don't think there's a better Superman out there. Some will argue with me, but I just think the overall classic look of this Superman. Did I say Batman? The overall classic look of this Superman. Listen, is he perfect? No. But he's pretty damn good. He's a pretty damn good Superman. I, once again, like Batman. I passed on him when he first came out. Didn't like it. Didn't understand it. until I got it in my hands and I realized, okay, it's a good Batman. Same thing with the Superman. I was wrong about the Superman. It's a really, really good Superman. I mean, as far as being a classic Superman action figure toy, it's pretty perfect. The face is done nicely. The chest, the logo is a little bit big, but it works. The legs might be a little bit too short, but overall, from a certain point of view, from a certain vantage point right there, he's perfect. He's a perfect Superman. And I think McFarlane killed it. I don't think there's a better action figure than this Superman. Call it nostalgic, call it whatever you want. I think Superman is #1. So guys, there was my countdown of the best DC McFarlane action figures released so far. It really wasn't a tough choice. It was really based on, you know, preference, what I like, and looking at the figure and looking at the flaws and lack thereof. So most of the figures that you saw on this countdown had very little flaws, and that's one of the main reasons why they made this countdown as far as being some of my favorite DC McFarlane releases. And I think Superman is the exception. He is flawless because he's Superman. He's Superman, man. Superman is at #1. Alright guys, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Let me know, what is your top 20, top 10, top 5 DC McFarlane, this is a McFarlane DC countdown. I just want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next review. Peace out.